Welcome to this video on the importance of cellular motility in the immune system. So in this video, we will uncover how the ability of immune cells to move is essential to defending the body against diseases. So this is your cell and molecular biology course, and I'm your course instructor in Central. Now let's see the introduction to cellular motility. Cellular motility, or we can say the ability of cells to move, it plays a crucial role in immune function. Immune cells use dynamic changes in their cytoskeleton, especially the actin and microtubules, to travel through the tissues, reach the infected sites, and also to interact with other cells. In the illustration, we can see the migration of cell. Now let's see the key immune cells involved. There are several immune cells that rely on motility. Neutrophils are first responders that rush to infection sites, and then macrophages, which migrate to tissues where they engulf pathogens, and then the T cells and B cells, that is the T and B lymphocytes, which patrol the lymphatic system. While patrolling, they look for the antigens, any foreign antigens are there, and then they initiate adaptive responses. So they are involved in adaptive immunity. In the illustration, you can see the neutrophil, macrophages, and then the T cell. You can see the difference in the nucleus structure between the neutrophil and the macrophage. Now let's see the chemotaxis, which is the guided movement. Chemotaxis guides the immune cells using chemical signals. So, as shown in the illustration, if some infection occurs, you can see the bacteria around the infected site. It tries to enter the body. So, when an infection occurs, signaling molecules like cytokines and chemokines are released from the infection site, and this will attract the immune cells. That is, you can see the leukocytes moving from the blood vessel to the infected site. So, this is what known as chemotaxis. That is, through chemical signals, the immune cells are attracted towards the infected site. Another important process is diapedesis. We have seen earlier in the illustration that the immune cells are attracted towards the infected site. That is, they move from the blood vessels into the tissues and reach the infected site. So, this movement is the diapedesis. Diapedesis is the process by which immune cells exit the bloodstream. They squeeze between blood vessel walls to enter the tissues, which is a crucial step in responding to infections or injuries. In the illustration, you can see the leukocytes squeezing through the endotheliosite. Now let's see the phagocytosis and motility. As we know, phagocytosis is the engulfing of solid particles. In case of immune cells, we know that phagocytosis is the engulfing of pathogens. And how will they engulf the pathogens? That is through motility. This motility is carried out by the cytoskeleton. So it is an important process. So this is one of the important processes in which the cellular motility plays a crucial role in immune system. So we know that macrophages and neutrophils, they extend the pseudopodia or temporary arm-like projections to surround and internalize the microbes. So in the illustration in the left, you can see the immune cell, which is extending its arm-like projections, and it is trying to engulf the pathogen, which is shown in the red color. And then in the right, you can see the illustration where the pseudopodia extension is shown, and below that, the pseudopodia extension has an actin polymerization which forms this extension, and it will engulf the pathogen through the receptors, and then it is engulfed into a vesicle that is called internalization, and then it goes to light degradation. So this is how the phagocytosis occurs in the immune cells. This is an important step in case of innate immunity. That is, whenever the a foreign pathogen enters the body, the first line of defense, that is these immune cells, will try to engulf and digest the particles. Now let's see lymphocyte circulation. So we have seen the neutrophils, macrophages, and now we are going to see the lymphocytes. Lymphocytes, like T cells and B cells, are constantly on the move. So they circulate between the blood and lymph nodes. Thus, they scan for signs of infection or abnormal cells. So this continuous surveillance depends entirely on their ability to move. So cellular motility plays a crucial role in this case. In the illustration, you can see the blood lymph circulatory system. So the T and B lymphocytes, they keep moving on from the, uh, that is, they keep on circulating between the blood and lymph nodes, and they search for the antigens or any foreign substances. Now let's see immune synapse formation. When cytotoxic T cells, that is, which is a type of T cells, which is, we call it as TC cells. Apart from this, we have T helper cells and its uh, various types. In this case, when cytotoxic T cells identify a target, they form a specialized contact called the immune synapse. In the illustration, which denotes A, you can see the target cell, and you can see the T cell getting attached to the target cell through the microtubules. You can see the arm-like projections, which is the microtubules. And between and the later stages, you can see between the target and the T cells, you can see the immunological synapse. This requires precise movement and cytoskeletal rearrangement to ensure that the toxic granules are delivered to the target cell without harming neighboring cells. That is the T cell which is attached to the target cell through the synaptic cleft. It will deliver the toxic granules to the target cell. In that case, the target cell will undergo apoptosis and then the T cell will be separated. And in this case, the neighboring cells are not affected, only the targeted cell is killed in this process. So, this is the process of immune synapse formation. Now, let's see diseases linked to defective motility. Defective motility can weaken immune responses. For example, genetic conditions like Viscott-Aldrich syndrome involve mutations in actin-regulating protein. This will hinder the immune cell movement, leading to chronic infections and also immune deficiencies. So, immune cells depend on motility for patrolling, attacking pathogens, and coordinating responses. Thus, the cytoskeleton enables this dynamic activity. So, this shows that actin and microtubules are essential for the cellular motility. Without proper movement, our immune cells, that is, our immune defenses, would fail, and this would lead to series of diseases. So cellular motility will help us to understand and develop new possibilities for treating immune-related diseases. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.